The Midwest is looking very blue this morning, and that's due to temperatures being in the 30s to 40s. We're still a little bit warmer here in Lansing at 46, but you head down the road to Fort Wayne and, well, they've dropped to 38. The temperatures are going to be a little bit on the cool side this morning, so if you're heading to the coffee shop, I say treat yourself to a large. 44 that expected temp by 8 a.m., but it's sunny, so it's going to warm up quickly. We'll track those temperature trends in the full forecast coming up as 6 News This Morning continues.
WLNS is here for you with 6 News This Morning.
A teenager is dead this morning, and Lansing police say they're now investigating the death as a homicide. Good morning, Mid-Michigan. It's Friday, November 8th. I'm Jorma Duran.
And I'm Megan Vaselli. Thank you so much for joining us.
6 News is here for you now with this morning's top stories. Lansing police say they received a report about a shooting on the 600 block of Sadie Court late last night.
Police tell 6 News that's where they found an 18-year-old man with a gunshot wound.
The shooting was first reported just after 11:40 last night, after witnesses say they heard 6 to 7 shots fired.
Lansing police say when they got there, they found the victim and his car that had been in a crash. They believe the suspect took off in a different car.
The Lansing Fire Department was on the scene as well and provided medical assistance before the man was taken to a local hospital where he was later pronounced dead.
Investigators tell us they haven't arrested anyone yet, but they do believe the victim and suspect knew each other.
This is an active investigation, and officials ask anyone with information about this homicide to contact the Lansing Police Department at 517-483-4600 or Crime Stoppers at 517-483-7867. 6 News will keep you updated on any new developments.
In East Lansing right now, police are investigating what they call a suspicious situation at a home near Henry Fine Park.
Authorities say they were called to the 1500 block of Wintercrest Street yesterday afternoon, and that's where it appeared that authorities were removing bodies from a rental unit.
East Lansing PD says the call came in just after noon yesterday, but it's not clear what exactly the call was reporting. When 6 News got to the scene around 7 o'clock last night, our crew saw what appeared to be 2 covered bodies being moved into a hearse. However, police have not released any further details. Stay with 6 News as we work with investigators to try and figure out what happened.
We have new updates this morning on the shooting in Jackson that happened Wednesday evening, leaving a suspect dead and a police sergeant injured. The Jackson County Sheriff's Department now says it discovered pipe bombs in the suspect's car that he used while fleeing from authorities. A chase began after police say the 31-year-old suspect shot his brother in Lenawee County. Deputies used a tracking device and found him in Jackson County. Additional law enforcement got involved, and along with gunfire, authorities believe the suspect was throwing pipe bombs out of his car. Police believe they found all of those pipe bombs, but are telling the community to call 911 if you think you see one. In just a few hours, the University of Michigan Health Sparrow, along with federal officials, will host military burials for 6 local veterans who have gone unclaimed for different reasons. According to Health Sparrow officials, a team of investigators completed extensive research and backgrounds of each deceased veteran and found out that each of the 6 had no surviving relatives, lost touch with their families, or their families could not afford a burial. To recognize their service and sacrifice, the veterans will be laid to rest with full military honors at Fort Custer National Cemetery near Battle Creek at 9:30 this morning.
President Joe Biden called on Americans to, quote, bring down the temperature. He did so during his first address to the nation since his vice president's election loss to now President-elect Donald Trump.
And just overnight, CBS News added the key battleground state of Nevada to Trump's win column. Here for you now is Jared Hill.
We accept the choice the country made.
In his first public remarks since Election Day, President Joe Biden assured Americans that there will be a peaceful transfer of power as his party grapples with major election losses.
A defeat does not mean we are defeated. We're going to be okay, but we need to stay engaged. We need to keep going.
Democrats searching for answers have started pointing fingers. Massachusetts Senator Seth Moulton blamed Biden for dropping out of the race too late. Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders told the New York Times the party focused too much on identity politics.
Our party is going to have some hard conversations in the coming weeks and months. Meanwhile, President-elect Trump's policy agenda as well as administration are starting to take shape as he looks to take office with a GOP-controlled Senate and possibly a Republican House.
America has given us an unprecedented and powerful mandate.
On his agenda, extending 2017 tax cuts, deregulation across federal agencies, and sweeping tariffs on imported goods. Trump's longtime aide, Stephen Miller, is leading talks on how to use executive orders to execute Trump's plan to deport more than 11 million undocumented immigrants. And yesterday, Trump announced a historic pick to a key White House post. Campaign manager Susie Wiles will serve as chief of staff, making her the first woman to ever hold the position. Jared Hill, CBS News, Washington.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather on the Sixes, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Outside the Capitol this morning, it's quiet and it's going to be dry. The rain from earlier this week has dried up and now we're just going to be seeing clear conditions. That has cooled down a decent portion of the Midwest, though, and over towards the Rockies, where they already had that cold air, their temperatures remain near freezing, so that snow that they had still sticking to the ground. There's additional snow moving in through eastern Colorado and New Mexico, but there's rain in Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas. That pocket of moisture will move towards us with time, and so this weekend we will have the chance to rain. If you want to do anything outside, today's going to be a great day for it. We are seeing sunny skies out there, and that's what we'll have all day today. It has led to those cool morning temperatures, so we're starting out in the 40s and upper 30s, but by the afternoon we're back to where we were yesterday in the mid to upper 50s. Patch is adorable and probably has a lot of energy at that age, so if you have any pets, let them run. We have a green paw all morning, afternoon, and evening. Even overnight it won't be too bad, but it will get close to freezing. So the later in the night you get, the nippier it is.
Tonight, yeah? It's going to be maybe going into the freezing mark.
Chance for some frost. Oof.
Speechless.
Yeah.